is now unceremoniously slinking out the side door. And I want to be clear here and be fair-minded, clear-eyed. By every conceivable metric, Musk's stint in government has been an unmitigated, abject failure.
Now, some truly shocking new reporting by the New York Times finds that while campaigning with Donald Trump last year, Elon Musk engaged in drug consumption that, quote, went well beyond occasional use, to the point where it began to have a physical impact on him.
New Jersey just ripped the plug on Tesla's lifeline. Blinking signs suddenly warned, charger closed, detour ahead. One state order will erase 64 superchargers across 7 plazas by June 6th, replacing them with a rival's universal ports. For Elon Musk, it's more than a contract loss. It's a warning that even flagship turf can disappear. If the safest charge on I-95 can vanish overnight, what stops the rest of America's highways from flipping the switch? Tesla is rewriting. Trip planner routes and scrambling to calm anxious owners before the first stall goes dark. Buried in the fine print lies a clue to a larger fight, one that could redraw the EV map.
So our whole view with Tesla is when it comes to scale, I view it as unmatched relative to engineering talent and the ability to scale. And I think Austin, what kicks off June 12th, I mean, to me, is really just the start of what's going to be the autonomous vision.
New Jersey just threw a wrench into that sweeping vision. At 2 a.m., the Turnpike Authority quietly emailed its vendors. All 64 Tesla Superchargers sprinkled from Vince Lombardi to Walt Whitman must be powered down, yanked out, and hauled away. In their place will rise Applegreen's universal stalls, branded green pylons that promise to welcome every plug under the sun. Officially, the move is about open access, but insiders whisper it's an exclusivity deal worth north of $100 million over 10 years, sweetened by ad screens and loyalty apps that funnel drivers into service plaza spending sprees. Tesla's reply landed within minutes, a 5-page letter claiming it offered above-market rent, on-site upgrades, and its new Magic Dock adapters. Rejected. The company insists it has been quietly preparing for 3 years, paving 116 off-ramp stalls within a 5-mile halo of the highway. On paper, that math looks reassuring. Pull off, charge, pull back on. In reality, each detour adds 8 to 12 minutes, enough to tip a late-night sprint into nail-biting range anxiety, especially during holiday traffic when every minute feels like forever. Early driver chatter is split. Loyalists shrug, praising Tesla's 99.9% uptime. Road trip rookies fume. Why rip out the one network that never fails? Meanwhile, Applegreen touts future-proof chargers that can juice a Lucid, a F-150 Lightning, or a battered Nissan Leaf without proprietary cables. But scale means nothing if drivers can't juice up, so where will the shockwaves hit first? Detours sound harmless until you hit them at rush hour. Tesla's contingency map shows 116 fresh supercharger stalls tucked just beyond the Turnpike exits, enough on paper to replace every lost plug. In practice, each stop now means 2 extra toll booths, a left turn across traffic, and a scramble through strip mall sprawl before you even see a red and white charger. Trip planner updates automatically, but drivers glued to 3% battery. Call it a digital shrug. Sure, buddy, just coast another 5 miles. Local merchants are thrilled. A diner off exit 8A reports pre-orders of extra pie slices, betting hungry EV travelers will fill booths the moment the plaza chargers go dark. Gas stations sense a gold rush too, advertising last chance restrooms with cartoon lightning bolts. Yet range anxiety has a funny way of turning coffee breaks into frantic clock watching. Reddit threads already track the worst choke points. A Friday night post warned 30 cars lined up behind a Wendy's looked like a 1970s gas crisis without the fumes. Tesla counters with numbers: 99.9% uptime, 30-minute average sessions, prices roughly 30% below Applegreen's rumored rate. But those stats don't quell the creeping fear that your family road trip could hinge on a crowded parking lot behind a mattress outlet. One software engineer summed it up: reliability is useless if I can't physically reach the stall. The real stakes, however, stretch well beyond pies, parking lots, or queue times. As other toll roads study New Jersey's playbook, a far larger power struggle is forming, one that could decide who owns America's charging future. New Jersey's climate law sets an audacious target: 100% zero-emission car sales by 2035. Yet the Turnpike Authority just sidelined the one network with ironclad reliability. Environmental groups cry foul, warning that open access rings hollow if half the chargers are down for software updates or credit card glitches. Applegreen counters with glossy mock-ups, solar canopies, picnic benches, and loyalty points that funnel drivers into plaza food courts. Its lobbyists quietly remind Trenton that they're promising 300 local jobs and a ribbon cutting the governor can headline in an election year. Inside the State House, staffers juggle spreadsheets. Tesla's offer of self-funded Magic Dock, upgrades versus Applegreen's rent checks and revenue sharing plan. Phil Murphy, famed for chasing clean tech headlines, hasn't picked up the phone yet. Tesla's public letter all but dares him to. Governor, will fund and maintain every Turnpike stall at no cost to taxpayers. Industry insiders whisper that the administration fears vendor lock-in, citing a clause that could tie Service Plaza land to Tesla for 15 years. Meanwhile, neighboring states watch the drama like a playoff game. Pennsylvania's DOT is rebidding its rest stop contracts. Ohio is taking meetings with 3 European charger firms. If Murphy stands firm, the dominoes may fall fast, tilting public highways toward whatever brand offers the fattest concession fee. Yet even governors can't override consumer frustration forever, because the next decision won't come from a boardroom, but from millions of steering wheels pointed at the nearest working plug. New Jersey's bolt cutters echoed down the entire eastern seaboard. Within a week, Indiana's Toll Road Commission placed its Tesla leases under review, and Ohio Turnpike lawyers quietly redlined a fresh clause: no single brand exclusivity beyond 5 years. Federal money is pushing the shift. The $7.5 billion NEVI program awards bonuses for open standard stalls, so state planners now ask one question first. Does it take every plug? Tesla has an answer. It's Magic Dock adapters, a sleek latch that flips a supercharger into CCS mode in seconds. But regulators see a catch. Adapters still put Tesla in charge of firmware, payment rails, and price. Applegreen, Electrify America, and BP Pulse pitch the opposite. Cloud-agnostic hardware, swipe any card software, revenue sharing baked in. That recipe thrills budget committees even if the chargers sputter in winter storms. Wall Street is already modeling the fallout. Analysts at Morgan Stanley warn that if just 3 more state turnpikes defect, supercharger utilization could sink below the 30% threshold Tesla needs to self-fund expansion. One slide making rounds shows a subscription future where non-Tesla drivers pay $19 a month for guaranteed slots, essentially turning Musk's vaunted network into Costco for kilowatts. Amid the spreadsheets, a deeper risk lurks. Every plaza that signs an exclusivity deal shrinks the map for Robotaxis. Fewer en route plugs mean longer deadhead miles, eroding the razor-thin margins autonomy depends on. If the dominoes keep falling, Tesla's highway crown could be rebuilt, but not in red and white. Wall Street's $2 trillion Tesla thesis hinges on one assumption: a seamless lattice of fast chargers feeding fleets of driverless cabs. Strip highway plugs from that grid and the math warps fast. A Robotaxi can't earn if it spends 10 unpaid minutes diving off the turnpike, waiting behind a line of human road trippers, then clawing back through toll traffic. Multiply that detour by 1,000 cars and the vaunted per-mile cost advantage evaporates. Musk's engineers are already sketching mega hub depots, football field lots stocked with 100 stalls, battery buffers, and break rooms for service. Bots. Impressive on a slide deck, but those hubs sit miles from the revenue stream. Every empty mile is pure burn. Worse, rival automakers smell blood. Ford and Hyundai just announced joint CCS power corridors that piggyback on state grants, promising equal access and 0 brand strings. If regulators bless those blue and silver pylons first, Tesla's Robotaxis could find themselves roaming a map where premium real estate is forever closed. Fans call this a temporary stumble, critics a slow motion ambush. Either way, New Jersey. Just flip the hazard lights on Musk's autonomous dream, warning that the future of driving might hinge not on algorithms, but on who controls the curb. New Jersey says it's opening access. Tesla calls it a roadblock to progress. 64 superchargers will vanish, 116 wait off-ramp, and other states are eyeing the same script. What looks like a simple vendor swap could redraw the EV map. deciding whether fast charging becomes a public utility or a branded fortress. If one toll road can evict the world's most reliable network, how safe are Robotaxis and coast-to-coast road trips? Drop a comment below. Is this merely a detour for Tesla, or the first sign America's highway future is being rewired without it?